Good day, Nigeria, and we are diving straight into some serious developments happening right now in Kogi State, where security forces have unleashed a massive operation against criminal elements terrorizing our communities. The forests of Kogi State have become battlegrounds as both police and military personnel coordinate what authorities are describing as a comprehensive air and ground assault targeting bandits who have turned these areas into their criminal hideouts. Reports coming in this January confirm that security operatives have mobilized significant resources, including aircraft and ground troops, to flush out these criminals from their forest strongholds across multiple local government areas in Kogi State. The operation represents one of the most intensive security responses we have seen in recent times, as the federal government continues its push to restore safety and normalcy to communities that have suffered under the threat of banditry, kidnapping and armed robbery. The timing of this operation is particularly significant because Kogi State, like many states in Nigeria's Middle Belt region, has experienced escalating security challenges over the past years. These bandits have established camps deep within forest reserves, using the dense vegetation as cover while launching attacks on villages, highways and farming communities. Travelers along major routes passing through Kogi have reported numerous incidents of kidnapping and robbery, with many families paying hefty ransoms to secure the release of their loved ones. What makes this current operation different from previous efforts is the combination of air support with ground troops. The deployment of aircraft allows security forces to conduct aerial surveillance, identify bandit camps from above, and coordinate more effective strikes against these criminal networks. Ground troops can then move in with precise intelligence about enemy positions, reducing the element of surprise that bandits typically rely on. This integrated approach shows that our security agencies are learning from past operations and adapting their tactics to match the evolving nature of these criminal threats. Sources within the security community indicate that the operation has already recorded some successes, with several bandit camps destroyed and weapons recovered. The goal is not just to scatter these criminals temporarily, but to completely dismantle their operational capacity within Kogi forests. This means destroying their camps, cutting off their supply lines, and making it impossible for them to regroup and continue their reign of terror on innocent civilians. For residents of affected communities, this operation brings a mixture of hope and anxiety. Hope because they have long awaited decisive action against the criminals who have disrupted their lives, made farming dangerous, and turned simple journeys into life-threatening adventures. Anxiety because military operations of this scale sometimes lead to temporary displacement as people move away from conflict zones to ensure their safety. Many families living near these forest areas have been advised to remain vigilant and cooperate with security personnel who may need to establish checkpoints or conduct searches as part of the operation. The economic impact of banditry in states like Kogi cannot be overstated. Farmers have abandoned their lands because venturing into farms near forested areas has become too risky. Markets that once thrived on agricultural produce from these communities now struggle as supply chains break down. Transport costs have increased because drivers demand higher fares to compensate for the danger they face on certain routes. All of this affects ordinary Nigerians who end up paying more for food and dealing with scarcity of locally produced goods. If you are enjoying this breakdown of what is happening and you want to stay updated on security developments across Nigeria, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates like this. The federal government has repeatedly promised to tackle insecurity across all regions, and operations like this one in Kogi State serve as practical demonstrations of that commitment. However, Nigerians have learned to measure success not just by the launch of operations, but by their sustained impact over time. The real test will be whether security forces can maintain presence in these cleared areas, prevent bandits from returning, and create conditions that allow normal life to resume for affected communities. Intelligence gathering plays a crucial role in operations of this nature. Security agencies rely on information from local sources who understand the terrain and can identify suspicious movements or activities. Community cooperation becomes essential because bandits often blend with civilian populations or use locals under duress to gather supplies and information. Building trust between security forces and communities requires that operations are conducted professionally with respect for human rights and minimal disruption to innocent civilians going about their lawful business. Other states watching this Kogi operation include Kaduna, Niger, Zamfara, and Sokoto, where similar banditry problems exist. Success in Kogi could provide a template for more effective responses in these other locations. It could also send a strong message to criminal networks that the days of operating with impunity from forest hideouts are coming to an end. The psychological impact of seeing their colleagues routed from supposedly safe havens may cause some bandits to abandon their criminal activities or at least think twice before continuing. Looking at the bigger picture, addressing banditry requires more than military action alone. These criminals often recruit from communities where young people lack economic opportunities and see crime as their only path to survival. Long-term solutions must include development programs that create jobs, improve education, and give young people alternatives to joining armed groups. The forests themselves need better management with regular patrols and monitoring systems that detect illegal activities early before they escalate into major security threats. As this operation continues to unfold, we encourage everyone to stay informed through reliable sources and avoid spreading unverified information that could cause unnecessary panic or compromise the safety of our security personnel. This is a critical moment for Kogi State and for Nigeria's overall security architecture. The outcome will influence public confidence in our ability to protect citizens and maintain law and order across the nation.